As we do with all of our student appreciation events, we like to have a guest speaker that comes in, um, adds to our education, adds to our learning. And this time, this is no different than any other. We've brought in someone who I've been talking with a little bit over the last several weeks and months, Chidi, who is a motivational speaker, a professional speaker, and he's here to share a great message and with our students, and something that we can really learn and value from. So with that, I'd really like to introduce Chidi to the digital school students and alumni. Welcome, Chidi, and I'll hand the microphone over to you, all right?
Where everybody can come in, settle, thrive, contribute, and belong.
Chidi is the PRO guy, persistent, resilient, and optimistic. Chidi is a survivor from poverty to becoming an award-winning banker, from losing his job to winning a wrongful dismissal suit, from being kidnapped for ransom to becoming a community leader in Canada, from being a senior banking executive to pivoting to another industry, and from being a newcomer to writing a best-selling book about settlement in Canada. Chidi is brilliant, smart, and experienced to take you on the journey to resilience and transformation. He is your mentor to turn your mess into a mission and to transform your trials into triumphs.
The man's voice was loud, it was clear. He was talking with my wife, and I could overhear his side of the conversation. Bring 50 million or we will act. 50 million! I don't even have 500 in my account. If you sell everything that I have, including myself, you will not be able to raise a fraction of that amount. 50 million. Two days earlier, I am in Owerri, a city of 500,000 people. Calm and very exciting. I'm driving to go pick my kids from school. A vehicle passes me on the road and stops right in front of me, and out jump 4 men with guns. Before I know what was going on, I felt the cold, deadly steel of a gun on my neck. As I come out from the car, I hand over my key. They drop me on the floor, kick my head and my shoulder and my stomach. And then as they collected the key from me, dragged me up again and pushed me into the trunk of the car. My head was banging, my heart was pounding, I weed on myself. After what seemed like an hour of driving around, we get into a forest. I am dragged out from the trunk of the vehicle and flung to the debris of wood, sand, iron, and cement in an unfinished building. I'm stripped of everything that I have on me, my hands and my legs chained together, and a blindfold on my eyes. At that moment, my whole life flashed right in front of me. I started asking myself questions. Is that it? Is this the end of my life here? What has my life work been? What impact have I made? How about the visions, the goals, the things I have kicked down the road I'm going to do when conditions are better, when things look more than they are today? How about my purpose? Have I finished the mission for which I was sent here? For you see, all of us are here on a purpose, for a purpose, and with a purpose. There's a reason for our being here. We are not here by accident. How have you been manning your own purpose? How have you been driving your own vision? If you were to pass tonight, what goals, what visions, what impact, what leadership, what gift, what talents would die with you? As that 50 million conversation was going on, the man was casually burning cigarette wounds all over my body. Yet another was slapping me around with a machete, sometimes drawing blood. I was still chained hands and legs with a blindfold on my eyes. At some point, I felt I can't raise 50 million. So what is the need? I might as well give up. But I know that if I give up in this circumstance, the guys will have won. I had to go back to a lesson way back in time that my mom taught me in my childhood. Mom says every time she faces a crisis, she tells herself it will always get better. And mom is right. It will always get better. It did get better. Friends and family rallied round. Negotiations concluded. Payment was made. And I was free. Yay! Freedom! At that moment, I realized what I had been taking for granted in terms of my freedom. It was amazing. I felt alive again. My purpose yet lived. Weeks after, I felt every drive and ambition drained out of me. Nothing exciting again. Life, the zeal for life is gone. Suicidal thoughts crowded my mind. I started thinking about ending it all. And I started asking myself, who will even miss me? Who even cares? In my despair, I reached out to a friend of mine. His name is Uche. Now, Uche is a wise man. He will have a word for me. I went to Uche. I said, Uche, I can't continue. Life has no meaning again for me. Nothing matters to me again. And Uche says to me, Chidi, I am sorry for what you have gone through. But you still have a lot going on for you. You still have your life, still have a family, and still have a future. Learn to live forward. I left Uche. How can he understand what I am going through? How can he understand the hurting, the haunting, the humiliation? How? Nobody can. I left him. Months after, I realized that I'm still empowering that which nearly destroyed me. With Uche's voice ringing in my ear, learn to live forward. I went back to my goals. I went back to life. Friends, are you going through something that you think you cannot survive? Have you gone through something that you couldn't believe that you'll still be here to tell the story? You can still reach out for the goals. You can still reach out for the vision you had in enrolling in the digital school. You can reach out for the vision you have, whether it's personal, professional, or even charitable vision. At the beginning, it might look very daunting and even impossible. Picture it like a rocket that is going into space. It spends most of its fuel at takeoff. Shedding the weight of past disappointments and troubles will become part of your journey and your ascent. Embrace the journey to your goals, for in it you will see the purpose of your being. I implore you today to unleash your gift onto the world. Set goals. Embrace challenges. Use your difficulty. I'm sure you will have heard about the man in the iron lungs. This guy contracted polio at the age of 7, and he lived in this iron lung for 78 years. 78 years. Just think about it for a moment. 78 years he lived in the iron lung. But what was incredible about him was he went through his high school diploma while he was there, went through a law school and got his law degree, passed his bar, and wrote a book, still inside the iron lung. So no matter what it is that you have gone through or you are going through, or you may go through tomorrow, remember, races are won at the last lap. It is not over until you win. It is not over until you win. Here are 3 things I think that you can consider on this new journey. Number 1, pause and reflect on your goals and what are the most important for your well-being and for your purpose in life. List out those goals and choose one. Decide on one. Number 2, start. So many of us have great ideas that can change the world, things that we want to do, whether it's in our personal lives, whether it's in our professional lives, whether it's in for the society. We have amazing thoughts of what we want to do. Just start. You can't be great until you start. You need to start to be excellent. Just start. Number 3, keep at it. The journey to the better version of you is not going to be a 100-meter dash. It's going to be like a marathon. It's going to be like an intercity drive. It will take its contours and it stops and it starts, but keep at it, because I promise you, it is worth it. So how many of us today are willing to take that first step towards a new us, towards a new vision? Remember, do not allow the past to destroy your future. Learn to live forward. Thank you very much.